All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's nice looking over the mall, but then just a little bit off in the distance. It looks like some storm is moving in or something.
Yeah.
All right, we need a Gadget to tell us what the weather's going to be. Jim George is in the studio. He is Professor Gadget. He's the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion. So we'll be learning about gadgetry today. I think it's the 40th anniversary of Apple. Is that
That's what you said this morning. Yeah, 40th anniversary. Who would have thought it?
And in the studio, Joe V. A customer can't buy what he doesn't know exists. You're with branding, marketing, and advertising. We're going to learn what Joe V does. Am I saying your name right, Joe?
Yes, Joe V. Well, actually, my real name is Joe Villavicencio. It's Basque. It's from Spain.
Oh, okay.
And I use Joe V because
it's easier.
I can't pronounce it.
I was in
right
the seventh grade before I knew who I was. It's a rough name, trust me.
Well, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Have you lived in Spain?
Actually, I was born in Puerto Rico. My parents are from Spain,
Oh, is that right?
de Guillols, the northern part by the Pyrenees. I was born in Puerto Rico, and I studied in Mexico and Houston, Texas, and University of Puerto Rico.
Wow. You don't have any Hispanic accent that I can hear.
You know why? I think because in my years when I was kind of in, just structuring, developing, I was in Texas. And then my parents spoke Spanish at home all the time.
Okay.
So I kind of retained both.
Hola, y'all.
But it's interesting because a lot of people say that they don't realize. And I was with Coca-Cola doing advertising in Latin America and the Caribbean, and it's funny because when I went to these Spanish-speaking countries, they would say things in front of me in a meeting because they didn't realize
they didn't think
Spanish.
you knew. Wow,
that was a big advantage.
Wow, you would do so well in radio in South Florida,
In Miami.
They want people who can speak both languages without the dialect. They want you to speak English like you do and Spanish probably like you do.
Oh, lo hablo perfecto.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And that's what they look for. That's when you look for jobs. Not that I'm looking for one, Joe. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And the Spanish market is growing unbelievably. It's just unbelievable. The explosion. It's amazing. It really is.
Next time I'm in Miami, I got to tune into a station. I don't know. Do they say everything twice? I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know.
No. But they say it in such a way where a lot of people don't understand it.
Right. So how you doing, Jim?
So good. So we were talking about Apple's 40th anniversary. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that it would have gone as far as it has? Apple's getting ready to bring out a car. I guess you know that, right?
I think I've heard about it.
Yeah, they're going to be like a Tesla. They want to use all their intelligence and all their engineers and bring out an Apple vehicle. I wonder if it's going to be red with a little stem on the top. And
Wouldn't that be something like Pikachu and Pokemon?
Yeah.
A little small car, and you open the door, and maybe a worm out the back. And
so this is not round.
I guess it would help in a rollover. It wouldn't hurt. You just keep roll over.
Right.
It'd be easy to push it back up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lightweight. So they want to use they're going to bring all their technology. The only technology they're not going to bring is how to unlock the cell phone.
There you go.
They'll leave that up to...
they said they don't even know how to unlock it, and yet the U.S. government's already unlocked it. I guess you heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard that,
Yeah.
You lose the key, you're dead.
Yeah.
So with Joe V, what happened was he's techie, and in our case, we needed someone who understood what it is we do, high-speed internet, cable TV.
Right.
And we looked for someone who could get that message out to the general public.
To market what you do.
Right. And not make it look techie. I guess that's the trick.
Right.
The trick is to make it look popular, to make it look colorful, to make it look friendly.
Well, and in your case, I mean, you have two businesses that don't seem related. You don't normally go to Cox Cable, for example, to get your computer fixed.
Right.
But we can go to you for our cable TV and to get our computer fixed.
You can. We can. And of course, we do structured wiring, which is wiring whole buildings for internet and for networking. And
Are you doing this thing today with the ribbon cutting?
No, I'm not. Where is that at?
Oh, it's the place you were working at. This the White Barn Candle Company?
No.
I thought you were working in there.
White Barn. Oh, you mean the one in the mall here?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I thought it was called
You
Bed
see?
Bath something or other. The White
It's
Barn.
called Bath and Body Works, but it's
Yeah, what
there
time is it?
9:45.
9:45.
You'd be all set.
Oh, yeah.
9:45.
Sure, well,
They're going to have beverages there and
Yeah,
food.
I'll go there
and
because I
stuff.
actually am a chamber member. I'm an ambassador for the
Yeah.
chamber.
Yeah, you'd be in the photo.
Well, didn't
Yeah.
you put the sound in there or something?
I put the fire alarm.
The fire alarm. Okay.
Well, that's important.
That's good in a candle
I mean,
company.
candles, you know. You should be in the front row.
Had to have the fire alarm put in.
Yeah, the ribbon cutting's at 9:45 this morning, right here in the mall.
Yep.
All right.
So you'll be here. Perfect. Yeah, take
Be perfect.
There's your cheat sheet.
Look at there. It's my cheat sheet.
You can pretend you know a little
You can have
bit.
that.
Now you know the name of the business.
And it's called White Barn.
White Barn. White Barn.
So I was for certain it said something like Bath, something, not Bed Bath and Beyond, but something
Well,
else.
Bath and Body Works is the parent company, and this is
Oh.
like their offshoot. It's like a subsidiary.
Well, if
of
you haven't
theirs.
seen it, it's gorgeous in there. Oh my goodness.
No, I have not
They
seen it.
have spent a fortune just in the decorations.
We've seen all the stuff coming out. and stuff
Unbelievable.
going
I don't know
in, but-
about the actual materials that are on the shelf, but the shelf itself it costs a fortune.
Wow.
It's the craftsmanship in there is unbelievable.
Do you know where I saw technology in action yesterday? My son had LASIK eye surgery.
Oh, yeah.
On both his eyes. I don't think you could do that without technology.
Oh, that's right.
No.
I don't think so. And I was in another room watching on a big, gigantic TV, and I was videotaping the whole thing with his phone. And then they gave him a DVD when it was done, so I didn't need to do that, but I didn't know.
right.
But anyway, so and it was just an amazing thing. Now, and he can see now without glasses, which he needed.
It's amazing, isn't
yeah.
it?
It
Well,
is amazing.
I have a client that's a hearing company, and they have now otoscopic video where they actually go into your ear
Oh,
and they
my.
project it on a TV. So you can actually see in detail what's going on with the ear inside the ear canal. and
wow.
everything. It's
Oh, my
amazing
gosh.
stuff. Just amazing.
Oh, my
and this is just the
gosh.
beginning. I mean, in 20 years, it's going to be unbelievable what technology is going to be. Absolutely.
Gee.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, we were talking about the printed page when we were out there waiting to come on, and how even that's changed. You know, you have the basic flatness, you might say, one
Right, right,
dimension,
right.
and then you have the color, and then you have actually where it looks like it's three-dimensional. The printing. Ever seen sidewalk art?
Yeah.
It looks like three-dimensional.
Yeah, but-
isn't that scary?
But have you ever seen it in person? Not that it's not good in person, but you have to be at the perfect angle.
Yeah.
Like when you see these things on the internet, it's because the guy with the camera is standing exactly in the right spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perspective. You
Yeah.
have to be in the right perspective to
Right.
get the effect.
Right. Did you see this story? Speaking
He's a
about
ribbon
print.
cutter.
All right. There was a story
Oh,
this
leathers,
morning
yeah.
about this newspaper that wants to increase their actual paper sales, so they're including scratch and sniff pages. I don't know if it's an April Fool's story or not. I mean, it sounded real to me. And so you couldn't have scratch and sniff on your computer, or could you? That's my question for you guys. Could you actually have that where there could be a scent? Maybe you don't have to scratch it, but maybe a scent could be delivered through a device like
a speaker or
Yeah.
something.
It'd probably have to be a sidecar item. Yes, it would not necessarily be because you could put 4 or 5 cents in a box.
I don't
and
know. I mean,
the
what if
mixture
you
of
what
those
if you
would create.
look up a page that's
So I guess
cow fertilizer?
so Brown septic tank service, or
That's
cow
right.
manure.
But I mean, well, maybe it wouldn't be everything. Like maybe a Burger King ad. Smells like Burger King, you know, or
yeah.
They have that for perfume, obviously.
Yeah, there
your
you go.
magazines have it.
They do, yeah.
all the
yeah,
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
They never really smell like the perfume, though, do they? Don't they always smell a little bit like paper?
A little bit. Morning, Brian.
It's the impact. It's the unexpected impact. I think that generates recall. That means you remember it because it's different.
Yeah, maybe.
know?
Can you imagine working in that factory, that printer?
The fertilizer?
No. The
Scratch and
like
sniff.
if it's the issue, like Cosmopolitan puts out an issue, and they've got 4 pages in there that have little scented strips. Can you
Right.
imagine working in that day, It's got to smell
I
like.
think you have to activate it. I think you have to do something to activate it. I may be wrong, but yeah, but it'd still be a lot to put up with.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a little break.
All right.
Have we covered anything yet at all?
Not yet.
All right. We'll take a break.
Except them all.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine will mix with some clouds. We'll have a thunder shower in a couple of spots during the afternoon today. Warm with a high of 85 to 90. Partly cloudy and warm with a spotty thunderstorm near the coast during the evening tonight. Low of 67 to 73. Cloudy with a shower thunderstorm tomorrow. A high of 78 to 86. And then we get lower humidity on Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Plans for lunch Sunday?
Moms and dads, have a quality time lunch date with your little ones.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe is going to help.
Each Sunday through Mother's Day, bring your child under 10 to Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue in Ocala between Best Buy and Regal Cinema.
Your child's meal is free with paying adults. Eat it only.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe serves only the highest quality food and provides a clean, quiet environment so you can enjoy your time together.
For more information, call 861-0011.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA. All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's not so bad looking out there. I guess there's a chance of rain today. I think the biggest chance of rain is tomorrow, actually. And let's just hope we don't get some of this really bad weather that we've been hearing about in the rest of the Southeast. That's not good stuff. But First Friday Art Walk is tonight. If you happen to get out and about, we will not be there. We're disappointed in that, but we're excited about going to the boxing match.
Oh, yes.
Are you going to go?
I am not. I am not. Even though we're friends of Nancy Stacy and a few other people, we said, no, well.
What is Nancy doing there? She's not fighting,
she's
right?
She's one of the judges, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe she's one of the judges.
Well, that's good.
She's a good person. She'll do good. So we were talking about technology and in general, and we hit all over the place about it. But the reason why I asked Joe to come on is because he's able to point out to a person how the technology is being used on a printed page. In other words, he was just talking about what he did for us. He came with a concept. We didn't like necessarily 10% of the concept, but 90% looked good. And over a period of weeks, and I mean weeks after week after week, he kept coming down and whittling it down until the one-pager said everything we wanted to say. But now, instead of being a whole page full of words, it was a picture. It created an image.
Really?
So the person knew exactly what we did by the smiling faces, by the hands on the keyboard or hands on the remote or whatever it is. So that's what he's a genius at doing. And I said, then we got to talk about the technology behind creating an image. a technological image.
And
where-
images now, I mean, in addition to paper, I mean, you've got those glasses that, not the Google glasses, but there's like a new thing that shows holograms to the wearer only. The only one who can see them is the wearer. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
But the funny thing about it is that when it comes to advertising is basically a communication message, getting your message across, of which is in direct proportion to what you want to achieve
Right.
in your advertising. And unfortunately, with the advent of the computer, it's very easy to get so creative that you bury your communication message. That happens a lot. It gets so cutesy that you lose what you're trying to communicate to generate traffic and sales. And one of the things that's very, very important is you have to capture the attention. You have to go beyond the media clutter so that you stand out and they read your message. If what you're doing doesn't achieve that, it will not work.
So you were the perfect person to ask this question of. I've been working in this business for a very long time, and I've noticed a big difference between the amateur ads, and we'll call ourselves amateur, even though we're professionals. Let me explain this in just a second. But then there's the professional ads. Now, the amateur ads, in our defense, are often dictated by the advertiser. And the advertiser will say, this is what I want to say in the ad in 30 seconds. And you've got like 60 seconds worth of stuff. You say, we got to whittle it down to something. And the end result is very fast talk. La, 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 da, 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 da. Meanwhile, you look at a professional ad, like a car ad, and all it says is, it rides like a dream. Toyota. Like just a few words.
Now, it also depends what you're trying to achieve in terms of objective of the ad. If you're trying to achieve branding and create image, or you're trying to sell a specific product. Now, one of the things that most owners do when they hire an advertising agency or an advertising consultant is that they try to say too much, and by saying too much, they really get nothing across,
and
because the message is lost.
And the listener is lost, yeah.
So what you want to try to do is, what is the most important, vital, unique selling proposition that I can communicate to get a response, and I'll sell them the rest when I get in front of them.
That's a good way to look at that. Yeah,
and a lot of people don't understand that. I run into a lot of problems with people that they want to put so much in it, and I tell them it's not going to work. And when you're saying the professionals, well, I was like 7 years with Procter & Gamble, and if you survive Procter & Gamble, you understand that advertising comes down to a very simple level playing. That it's basically, what is my most important benefit that will motivate a reaction from my target audience, my consumer, and that's what you push. And then the execution has to be that it stands out and is received in a positive way to trigger a reaction. It's actually very simple when you really think about it.
To you. It's not always that simple. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what sells.
That's right.
No, if it's a restaurant or something, I don't know if you pick one specific item off the menu. In radio, it's like to me, in my mind, what we sell is information, and entertainment. We try to be entertaining. I don't know if we succeed, but we try. But I wanted to ask you how you represent what Jim does, because Jim does two things that seem like they're total opposites.
So we do like 10 things that are all opposite. And you're right. He has to pick on one, like in Ocala Palms, where we're introducing high-speed internet up to 100 meg, up to 200 meg. How do you relate to a person that we're offering this type of service, and it is affordable? As compared to having CenturyLink that can only give you 2 or 3 meg, or maybe 5 meg, we can give you 10 meg, 50 meg. Do you even need 50 meg?
Does the average person even know what that means, 50 meg?
Well, that's what we're saying. That's where the technology handshake and the advertising handshake come in. What is it you're trying to accomplish? What are you trying to tell a person? That you can receive pictures of your grandchildren quicker?
Is that what you would do, Joe? I mean, is that how you would do that?
Well, one of the most important things about especially reaching senior citizens are a unique type of market segment, because number one, and I'm a senior citizen. They think they know it all because they've lived for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So
At least hundreds.
when you go in and you try to communicate something to them, they say, "Well, I know that." So you have to sort of get at their level, and that's part of the advertising execution. You have to do your communication message in a way that they read it, they understand it, they absorb it, and they're happy with it. Many times, it has to be a lot simpler.
Do you know, with the big, beautiful screen I watched yesterday for my son's LASIK eye surgery, to me that would be the best way to sell a big TV. And you every time I walk into Best Buy is an example of that. It's kind of hard to explain that. But let's say an older person, I got my TV, I don't need a new TV. Well, Grandpa, let's walk into Best Buy and I'll show you. That's the best way. But how do you do that in words?
Well, you have to understand also, you have to figure out that what product you're selling, you have to find out, is it a known product? In other words, are the benefits inherently known by the target audience? So if you're selling a TV, you're probably not going to tell them about the resolution, about how it's made, the plastic covering and stuff, and non-reflective.
Because they can't relate to that stuff.
Well, they probably know all of that because they already have a TV.
I got you. Okay.
So what you're trying to get them to do is to go to the store to the point of purchase.
Oh, okay.
That's the objective of the advertising, to go there. And a lot of times that's done with pricing discounting. You know, in a $900 TV, it's yours now for $49.95. If you come in with your 102-year-old grandmother or something, whatever you come up with to try to generate traffic.
Yeah.
Wow. So you just joined in with Jim? You guys are now teamed up?
He's now our advertising go-to guy to get our message out as to what it is we're trying to accomplish. And remember, we're not just doing Ocala Palms, but soon the city of Ocala, soon the city of Gainesville will have our services. And so when we're trying to convince a person why they should come over to our side versus Dish, Direct, Cox Cable, Bright House, what is it that we're offering that, in other words, are we just a Me Too company? Are we offering the same thing everybody else? How do we stand out? How are we different?
Very smart.
What is it we do?
Very smart to hire somebody like Joe.
Are you going to do a mass mailing then to all of the residents in Marion County so they know that you are able to launch now and they can actually call you and get your service right away?
Right now for Ocala Palms, Joe V has created a flyer that we're actually going to insert. Ocala Palms is unique. They have two mailboxes. One that's a U.S. government mailbox you can't touch, and one just below it, which is for the residents' own information. So we will stuff that with one-page flyer.
Oh.
Just a one.
That's a great idea.
But when we launch with the city of Ocala, then we will have a mass mailing by area of like 33480, 33481, 33482, by area, because if we did the whole city of Ocala and they all responded, we'd be dead. You couldn't service them fast enough.
Okay. Right,
so you want to do it by area.
So is that why you avoid TV, which reaches everybody, or radio, which just reaches everybody?
Yeah, we don't need everybody calling us all at once. They'll say your phone's always ringing, nobody ever answers. No.
Do you have a target date for the residents of Marion
It's right
County?
around June or July right now, the way it's going. And I'm meeting with another person today. I'm going to be in Orlando next week. The number of channels is there. The technology is there. The equipment's there. Now it's a question of finishing one thing, which is the Ocala Palms system, and then launching this in Marion County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And we need someone like Joe V., like you said, Larry, to get the message out to them distinctly. What is it that we do?
Well, can we tap into your skills right now? Because we're at the end of the show.
Yep.
And we need people to call Jim. And so what would you say? Why would they call Jim?
Well, I would say that he's probably the nicest person I've ever met.
That's a good reason.
I think that Jim is honest,
That's
a
a real
straight
good
shooter,
reason.
a straight shooter. And I think Jim is the type of person that if you ask him something, he's going to give you the right answer, what he really believes is the right answer. And if you have issues in his level of expertise, he's the person to call.
All right, Inspector.
Nice.
Professor Gadget. I almost
Gadget guy.
Right.
the
Gadget
Gadget,
Gadget.
Professor Gadget. Well, nice to meet you, Jovi. Thank you for
Pleasure.
coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We could all learn from you because we're in the same business.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Jim George, thank you as always
No
for,
problem, no
for
problem.
coming in. All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Fox News Radio. I'm